Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the round 2, for the second bracket in
round 1.
Round 1 of the Who's the GOAT tournament. If you haven't watched the description video, go watch it. This tournament's going to be a little bit different because Max added a bunch of names and we have no clue who it is, and he even says it's going to be interesting.
Also, we're going to preface the video by saying that Rey Mysterio is the winner of the first.
Right, Rey Mysterio.
And I want to say what I did is I wrote down a bunch of names and I had the guys pick numbers. And so all of this is completely random. Completely random.
So excited. Luke, Rey Mysterio won. He was your pick. You get to call the coin toss for the first match in Le Tournament.
Why? I haven't won one yet. Go ahead.
All right.
You won Rey Mysterio.
Tails. I meant
And it is heads.
Stop, see? Streak's alive.
That's right.
Fuck Goldberg.
That's my coin. All right. Now, is that going to be one of the numbers that I picked? Yes?
Excuse me?
The person you're about to give me is going to be one of the numbers that I picked.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right, let's hear it. Give me
All
me
right.
the number that I picked and the name.
Oh,
How about that?
You picked, let's see, this was number...
The first one that I picked was number 20. Okay, let's...
Number
who is it?
20.
Who is it?
Okay, Edge.
Oh! Yes!
Our superstar.
Fuck yes! All right, my minute starts
now.
Edge started his career as a tag team wrestler, became a tag team champion, and was part of the most influential triad of matches that put tag team wrestling in the WWF in the forefront, with the TLC matches against the Dudleys and the Hardy Boys. Went on to not only experience single success as an Intercontinental Champion, but also went on to be a numerous-time World's Champion when nobody thought he would. He came into number 1 contendership against Shawn Michaels and Chris Benoit when he first started getting considered for a world title push, won his first title, and solidified his place as the top heel for an entire decade in a momentous feud against John Cena that literally lasted almost, 5 years? And he was a main name on almost every single pay-per-view in 2009. 11 out of 12 featured both him, John Cena, or Randy Orton in that triad. Edge is the GOAT against whoever the hell this guy's about to pick.
Time.
Well,
Good points.
Thank you very much.
Points.
Thank you.
Good points.
I can't
Fucking
wait.
love
I
Edge.
can't wait to see who your guy is. I'm so excited.
all right, Luke.
What number did you pick in the guy?
You picked number 13.
Lucky number 13.
AJ Styles.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. All right.
Your time starts now.
AJ Styles. What is there that you can't say about AJ Styles? The man single-handedly brought TNA to the forefront. Was the inaugural X Division champion. He was the first person in TNA to not only be X Division champion, as well as Tag Team champion and NWA champion. He's the Triple Crown winner of TNA. Further on into the career, he was one of the last original members of TNA before he left. He went to Japan, took over the Bullet Club, being the second leader after Balor's exit, making a name for himself in Japan, and then his pop coming out at number 3 at the Royal Rumble for his WWE debut. And the first person he touches when he gets in the ring is Roman Reigns, the WWE champion, and in 3 months is WWE champion. AJ Styles, his
Time.
Damn.
Eat a dick.
That's so hard to get all in there.
All right, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Rated R Superstar Edge
Or the phenomenal,
or the
one,
phenomenal
AJ
one
Styles.
AJ Styles?
Based on those arguments alone, I still got to go with Edge.
Damn.
Hot damn!
I'm so glad I didn't have to make
Captain
that
Holt
choice.
up in this bitch.
So glad I didn't have to make that choice.
Damn, good argument.
Oh, man. Hans Gruber like a motherfucker. All right.
You're the Gruber.
All right. Let's move on.
Damn
This
good.
one.
I got a coin toss.
Oh, we got coin toss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coin toss.
God, that
I
was
just
a
call
good...
it heads.
It was a fucking opening
And
round
it's
match.
tails.
Oh, it's tails.
Hey!
Well,
I
you
didn't
won
call
last
it,
time,
though.
too.
All right, Luke.
Oh, yeah, you won on your call.
All right, Luke, for this one, you picked number 1. Trish Stratus.
Oh, bet. Bet.
Nice.
When start my time.
That
Bet.
starts in 2, 1, right now.
She is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. She was a fitness guru who come in as a manager for Test and Albert. She is one of the go-tos in the women's division. If it wasn't for Trish Stratus and people like her and Lita and them, the women's wrestling in professional wrestling would have never come off the ground. She's one of 2 women to ever main event Monday Night Raw. She went away, become a mother, come back, still ruled ass. Trish Stratus is, in my opinion, when we're talking about just women, the GOAT. Trish Stratus, it's hard to argue against anything Trish Stratus does. Moves legendary. Conditioning legendary. Matches legendary. Yeah. Trish Stratus. I mean, how many seconds I got?
You got 5.
Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus.
You know, just a quick pause. You totally should have thrown in the fact that I used to use the side standing head kick. That she
saving
used.
It.
Well,
saving
sorry.
Well, he was trying not to ruin it.
Oh!
Yeah, I kick you in the head again, bitch.
Write me down a point there.
I really got to base this one off your arguments, because this is going to be a really hard one for me.
All right.
Caleb, you picked number 11, Jeff Hardy.
Oh! Time starts right now. Jeff Hardy, again, numerous time tag team champion. Held the tag team titles umpteen times with not only his brother Matt, but also with the likes of Edge and Christian. Transitioned into singles competition, was an Intercontinental Champion, multiple-time WWE Champion, went to TNA, carried them all the way to the top with just his name value alone on his first debut when they were still on unsyndicated pay-per-view when you had to look for it to buy it. Has overcome every single substance issue you can possibly overcome and is still today right now in the same era, an active superstar. An active main event caliber superstar whose body hasn't given in to the wear and tear and the breakdown and can still go, still does death-defying feats that no other wrestler not only isn't crazy enough to do, but execution-wise could not do the same things Jeff Hardy is physically capable of doing. Not only elevates young talent, still is a
Time. That is an unfair fucking comparison between those two.
It is, but Jeff Hardy's the GOAT, bitch.
I don't.
Let's hear it, Max.
Without Trish, you wouldn't have the women's division.
That's true.
Without Jeff, you wouldn't have half the shit that goes on anywhere.
You're right.
And
both pioneers.
I think for
they
that,
really are.
I think Jeff is slightly above Trish.
Damn, I'm good.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Jeff on that one.
Fair enough. No, fair enough.
Good argument.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Good argument. Give me the next one.
God, it was
coin
really...
toss.
Fair enough.
All right.
Damn, this is fun. Heads. I didn't.
Tails.
I win again. Damn. I lose again. You didn't win shit.
All right. All right. You have.
Oh, God, I hate that.
I love that.
The most dangerous letters in the business.
Mother
Hey,
fucker!
Oh,
all right.
Mr. Randy Orton.
I demand a new judge.
Go.
Randy Orton,
Go.
The youngest world heavyweight champion of all time.
Fuck.
Not only that, lineage, 3rd generation superstar, countless time world heavyweight champion. One of the most devastating finishing maneuvers in professional wrestling. Not to mention, reinvents himself every year. It is something new with Randy Orton. Best dropkick in the business, bar none. He's the guy when people go out hurt, you can take the WWE and stake a claim that Randy Orton can take the ball and run with it. And that's not me being a Randy Orton fan, that's fact. Also fact, his storyline in the last 6 months with Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, has been the only reason to watch WWE television. There is no other reason. Randy Orton, of course, legacy, evolution.
Time.
That's enough said.
You had picked for that one, lucky number 7.
Nice. What do I got? Who do I got?
All right, Caleb.
Doesn't matter.
Try to defend that with number 31, Samoa Joe.
Oh, yeah.
All right, fair enough. And go.
In the same vein as AJ Styles not only carried TNA on his back, but also carried Ring of Honor on his back beforehand. Independent wrestling, as we know it, would not be what it is without the likes of Samoa Joe. Transitioning from Ring of Honor to TNA was the only viable competitor when Kurt Angle, the biggest acquisition in wrestling history to go to TNA, was the buffer in Samoa Joe. The only guy you could believably put in front of an Olympic gold medalist. Held every single championship in TNA simultaneously. Every single belt, including their introduction to the Legends title. Transitions from TNA to the WWE, comes in as a main event player, comes in as a strong world title contender against Brock Lesnar, and when injured, not only dedicates his time to helping and training, but is also a focal point and voice at the commentary table, lending his legitimate in-ring experience, and by the way, is the only active member on the commentary table, with the exception of Wade Barrett, who can do that, because he's been everywhere, he's done everything, and Samoa Joe, for that reason, is the GOAT.
Time.
I'm curious, Luke, do you have a rebuttal?
You ready? You ready?
Oh, that's a bunch of bullshit. I demand a new
Based
judge.
on that
That's
argument-
bias!
No,
I demand a recount.
in all seriousness, Samoa Joe has been a major impact.
He really has.
He really
Literally.
has. But I even arguments included.
Yeah.
I have to go with RKO.
That's fair.
I gotta go
I'm
with
not going to argue with that. Not going to argue.
I'm not going to discredit Samoa Joe.
Hey.
He's great.
Hey, even
Gotta
a broken
go
clock
for it.
strike twice a day.
I won one. So
Very excited.
All right, we're running low on time.
All right.
We got to get these next two
Okay,
two picks out.
We got one more here. We got
Call the coin toss, Luke.
heads.
it says.
Okay, you win two.
All right.
What do you got?
Luke, you have number 36, Mick Foley.
Oh, for fuck's
Motherfucker.
sake.
Time
All right,
starts. Go
now,
fuck yourself.
Mick Foley,
Right after you said it too.
hardcore wrestling icon. He's been an actor. He's a New York Times bestseller 4 different times. Mick Foley has done things for the professional wrestling business, sacrificed his body night in and night out for your enjoyment. Mick Foley and Terry Funk's fights over in Japan, legendary, still talked about today. Mick Foley also is a big advocate for the women's movement in professional wrestling. Mick Foley, probably the highest rated segment in Raw history with the This Is Your Life and The Rock. Hilarious. Also, he's the guy that turned the tide in the war of WCW by winning the heavyweight championship from The Rock. Mick Foley is someone who a lot of young guys, including myself, built their career on.
Time.
That's all. I don't need to say anymore.
All right, who's my guy?
All right. Caleb, you have Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Ooh, okay. Do this.
Number 2.
And go.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka in the 80s was the only name comparable to Hulk Hogan during their run in the WWF before major stars like Andre the Giant. Then this Superfly Jimmy Snuka also carried the WWF on his back before Hulk Hogan came from the AWA. Was the innovator for high flyers in professional wrestling everywhere. If you talk about a high flyer, you talk about the original splash. It came from Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Without him, you would not have the likes of the cruiserweights like Rey Mysterio, who won the last round. You also wouldn't have the likes of AJ Styles, who carried TNA. Superfly Jimmy Snuka also helped cross a divide in the 80s for wrestlers with ethnicities. It was not a common thing to have any wrestler that wasn't white as a mainstream player unless you were in some of the smaller territories. Jimmy Snuka not only branded that, but took it upon himself and is also a creator of the Samoan dynasty, a linchpin, a first-name generation of the dynasty.
Time.
Thank you.
We've got 35 seconds.
All right, that's a tough one. It's a crazy one, but I'm going to go with Snuka.
Hot damn!
Horrible.
Like to point that most of these are my picks. Stay tuned. We're going to go into round 2 of Bracket
subscribe.
2. Like and subscribe. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz. Watch the other videos. I don't have time to do a proper closeout because I got to kick his ass in this tournament some more. Stay tuned.